Beverly, could you tell them who they're listening to?
25th Hour Radio Show with Rob and Randy.
The 25th Hour Radio Show.
But I wanted to ask you, how did you even get involved with that TV show? How did you get on as even being a part of that show?
Crazy thing. I gotta say, man, my band members and all the people around town are musicians. They got a hold of, I guess, this email, and this friend of mine that runs Soundbox Productions here. He did a couple of my records, as far as recording it and stuff. And he sent this to me because he has a studio, and he said, "I think this would be something for you." And he says, "I know you probably won't read it." He said, "But just please do me a favor. Please read this." And I read it. I thought it really was a fluke. But I responded with I sent him a YouTube video of myself singing in the garage. I believe it was like 8:30 in the morning. I just had got a video cam for my birthday, and I did a black and white. I sent it to them, and they called me within an hour. It was no joke. So my band members dared me, and I kind of went for it, and there it was. It was real,
So you go on The Voice, man, and I remember the blind audition. I'm going to tell you what, that
Me too.
Well, yeah, I was up there singing with you.
That's the most nervous I ever been in my whole life, I tell you.
What's going through your mind while you're up there? You're blowing hard up there. What was going through your mind?
What was going through my mind was, well, what would Janis Joplin do, man? I mean, they give me the song. I got to go out there and deliver it, because I sure don't look like nothing that people would ever expect. So to match the voice with the look, I don't know.
Lord, when you hit that.
Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, man. I tell you what, I just keep getting bolder with time. So I just went for it. I mean, balls to the wall, really.
Yeah, you did. Balls to the wall, exactly right. When you hit that one note, you know what I'm talking about, too. That's when they hit their buttons. Yeah, when you hit that, woo!
He turned the ground on.
Was that a planned part of the song, or was that just improv?
No, I had nothing ever planned. Shoot, I don't even come to work with a set list. My bandmates are always biting their nails. They're like, "What's she gonna do next?"
So what about Christina? I mean, I'm sure people have asked you, what was it like working with Christina Aguilera? But I want to ask you, if someone asked Christina Aguilera, what was it like working with Beverly McClellan? What would they say?
What do I think she would say?
Yeah.
I think she would say Beverly is a freaking trip, and she's always comes with a good attitude, and she brings it. She's a singer, not a singer.
Yeah, I mean, looking at some of your performances.
Sing with feeling, or don't sing at all. I mean, I learned in church, and I learned from Etta James, and I learned from Dolly Parton, and people like that growing up, and they all got big hearts,
Oh, yeah.
And big voices and big personalities. So that's what I was, look at the lead men like Journey or Led Zeppelin, the lead singers of these groups. I mean, that's, I wanted to be, just as a kid, standing there with a fire poker on the, fireplace there with a little mantle, just making my brothers rock out, to Journey or whatnot. And then watch me. I was lip syncing, but, turned into a lot more, It was something I dreamed of as a kid. I still dream of today,
Well, I'm sure your journey is far from over.
I hope it ain't, man. It's been interesting. I gotta tell you, just got off a whole Northwestern and European tour leg with Steve Vai on the Story of Light.
Hey, let me ask you something, Beverly. What's that guy like? Is he as mystical as he seems, man?
Well, can I be? Let me tell you, dude.
Tell it.
Let me explain. Steve, the first time that I ever met him, I was standing out back at a theater, and I forget where it was that I met him.
It wasn't at the Crossroads, was it?
It was Saban Theater in L.A., and I had done a performance with Johnny Lang and a tribute to Otis Redding and stuff,
wow.
And it was just really, really cool. I met a lot of cool people that night, but he stuck his arm out, and I said, dude, he goes, you know who I am? I said, hell yeah, I know who you are. We went and had a couple talk, just laughs and whatever, meeting people, and, like Brett Michaels walking by. And
oh, that is awesome. Did you get to meet Brett? Did you meet Brett,
Sharon
man?
Osbourne was the host of the event. It was really cool.
So did you get to meet?
The kickoff week to Grammy week, so it was like, I'm a little bit earlier last year.
Mm.
But, that was the introduction. He had seen me perform. He was there at that event, and he said, you got to be on my album, which turned into a tour and hanging out with the guy, him sleeping above me, and I just, it's pretty cool, We toured the bus and sang, and, he shredded faces, and I made people sing the blues all the same night. It was a really wild show. But complimentary to each other. I'm on his album too, and quite honored. And just, you never know where music leads you. You just got to be, open to going.
Yeah. Now, how many people? I mean, it's got to be a lot different. Was it different from playing venues that you normally playing, and then getting on with Steve Vai and going on these European tours and stuff like that?
Shoot. Man, I ain't never been to Istanbul, Turkey. You give me a break.
Everybody's been there, Beverly.
I can say I played it. That's cool. For sure, man.
Well, how many instruments do you play? I mean, what's your favorite instrument? I know you play a lot.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
My two favorite is my three. I love piano, my guitar, and I love sitting and banging on a good drum set, no doubt.
Do you ever bang the drum set while you're listening to some Zeppelin?
Oh, sure.
What's your favorite Zeppelin song?
Oh, I'd say it'd have to be the Battle of Evermore.
Mine is the Immigrant Song.
I like that one too, though. I do. I was watching them on YouTube. They have under full concerts. I was watching them today, and somewhere over in England in 1970. It was pretty awesome.
How was it like going back on The Voice and singing with Cyndi?
Well, I tell you, they never come up short on surprising you. They called me out of the blue, and I knew I was going to go back and perform. They had asked me to come and sing, but I didn't know the next part. It was going to be, hey, I get to pick who I get to sing with. They're like, give me an A-lister, and I'm like, well, I don't. I'm like, look, if we go back to people like that I idolize, Etta James is gone, so we can't. Obviously she can't.
Right.
Come and sing with me. So said, give me somebody that was like rocking out and showing me how to be back in the day on TV, like Cyndi Lauper. And they're like, well, we'll give you a call back. A couple hours later, hey, Cyndi said yeah. And I was like, yes.
How cool is that? How cool is that, man?
It was real cool. I mean,
is she as bubbly as she seems? I mean, she seems like a really great person.
Hey, she talks just like this. She's straight out of Jersey. She's awesome. I love her.
You know what?
She's definitely, I told her, I said, look, Cyndi, let's just go have fun,
She bops.
I said, if anybody told me, I'd be sitting here is some girl from Gate City, Virginia, population, 3,000, that I'd be standing here singing on The Voice with Cyndi Lauper. No. That's a historical day for me.
Hey, I want to know what inside you made you want to even perform in the first place when you were a young girl, whatever. What made you want to get up and sing in front of everybody? When did you know that you could sing?
It wasn't necessarily that I wanted to sing in front of everybody. It's just that, like, once my mom learned, or once my grandma learned, or everybody's around me. My mom was a piano player for church for 9 years, so first time I ever sang in front of anybody was church. So it was a congregation. That was the largest I had ever sang in front of, and that was, that's a lot different. There's no pressure in church when you're singing for Jesus. I mean, he's going to love you if you're out of tune.
Yeah, there's no mistakes. You don't make any mistakes.
Yeah, right. It's a very, so good place to learning ground there,
All the greatest singers seem like they started off in church.
I'll tell you.
They've been blessed.
Something about that Southern Bible Belt.
Mm-hmm. What about Beverly McClellan as a person? What do you do on your downtime? What kind of TV shows you like to watch?
Oh God, I love comedy.
You watch Big Bang?
Comedy, huh?
You watch The Big Bang Theory?
No, I'm big on stupid ass stuff. Really, to be honest with you.
Oh, you talking about Finding Bigfoot or Ancient Aliens?
I mean, like, there's one show called Trailer Park Boys. It's based out of Canada.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that.
They're so dumb. Workaholics. I love that one. Tosh.0.
Oh, that's my show.
Nick Swartzen when he had Pretend Time. I don't know. I like Saturday Night Live, of course.
Don't forget the soup.
No, don't forget that one. I just, silly. I like silly stuff. Nature shows too,
Well, you're a very unique person. There's no doubt about that. And I was noticing your tat art on you. How many tats do you got, man?
I don't even know now.
Well, I was reading somewhere.
I don't know. Stop me
if I'm wrong, because this is known to happen. I ask people stuff, and they're like, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." Your grandmother was Native American. Is that?
Yeah, my dad. On my dad's side. Mm-hmm. I never knew her. She died when my dad was 9, but he's always proud and shown me pictures of her all my life, and
Right. Well, I was reading somewhere that
heritage there, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really get to meet, but for sure, I feel like I'm a warrior.
You are a warrior. You took it to him on The Voice. I know that.
Hey, now look. I'm upset because I was a big Voice fan, especially the first season when it come out. I mean, I was very upset you didn't win. I'm sure not as upset as you were. You know what I mean? But no,
I wasn't. I wasn't upset to not win. I mean, for me, I pushed myself to just go see how far I could go. And I mean, to be standing there on the last day of the last show with the final 4. It don't kind of get any better than that.
No, I understand that.
In my opinion, I mean, I'm, I don't know if I'm a mainstream kind of girl, but, I definitely got something to say when people will listen,
Mm-hmm. Do you have any advice to any young artists out there who has a dream like you have?
Well, never, ever, ever stop playing and creating, and I might not be for instance, 12, 13 instruments and counting. Don't have to be the master of anything, but you can certainly master it to work for you,
Do you have any current projects, any albums coming out, any albums out right now that you'd like to tell everybody about? This will be the first time that I speak of this, but I don't even think my manager knows, but I am looking to for sure put out an acoustic
album.
Awesome.
That's great.
I got such a good response touring, you know, and an opening for Steve Vai in that raw essence of just me on a piano and my vocals, or, you know, me on guitar, you know, with vocals. It's a little more raw, a little more intimate, and it strips the Hollywood away, really, you know.
So would you?
Not that I think any of my albums scream Hollywood. I don't, but it's definitely, like I said, it's stripped down, and I don't know. I think my fans would like that, and I know I would like that.
So can we expect a bluesy type feel to this album?
I can't say. I'm definitely that will be in the mix for sure. But it'll be along with, you know, some of my new influences and, you know, maybe sides of me that, you know, people just have yet to see me. I don't think I've yet to write my best song. So, you know, you know what I mean?
The best song's always right around the corner.
Yeah, but I don't ever say this is the one. That's it. This is it. You know.
You know, and everyone we talk to, all the artists that we talk to, musicians, they always tell us the best songs take just a few minutes to write.
It's true. It's true.
You get the inspiration and it hits you, and you write it, and you
5
could be
minutes.
done with 15, 20 minutes. You can have a whole song, and it might be one of the best songs
I'm
people
gonna
ever heard.
say about 5 minutes to 10 minutes, maybe a half hour in writing it and constructing it, singing it. Maybe, you know, 3, 4, or 5 times live. You know, you get it. You know, then you start going where it's gonna go.
What comes first for you, the music or the lyrics?
Sometimes it comes all at the same time. Sometimes
like a
it
flood.
depends. It depends. Depends how far my water faucet's open. I have no idea. Sometimes I'll just get the melody and it'll be stuck in my head for a while, and then something will happen to me and I'll be like, damn, there it is. You know?
Well, we really look forward to that new album you got coming out, and I'll definitely make sure that I go out and purchase that. You got any websites or social media that you can let everybody know?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, let them know about it. Let them know about it.
Hit me up there, BeverlyMcClellan.com.
And you got?
Sure.
Are you a Facebook? Are you a Twitterer?
Oh, I got all that. Facebook, Twitter, MySpace. You know, I believe Reverb Nation. You can listen to all my CDs on CD Baby.
Well, Beverly, we really thank you for stopping in with us today, taking our call.
Hey, man, thank you for taking time out with me.
The 25th Hour Radio Show.